Hi, I'm Kevon Owen, this is Destini Ramsey, and sometimes in counseling people come in conflict, they come in hardships, and they're trying to balance this line where on one side you want to be graceful, you want to know that people can change and be capable of being more, but on the other hand you want to pay attention to the evidence that's being shown. What are they doing? What's their actions and their nonverbal say? How do you balance that?
One way to do that is to look at what secondary gains they have for being the way that they are, and seeing if maybe they need a little bit of tough love. Being graceful is important, and people need grace. Everyone needs grace, but when grace turns into enabling a certain behavior, that's harmful to that person, and they can't grow in that. That's not loving that person, and that's not helping them be the best that they can be, especially if you know by knowing them and working with them that they are capable of better. Wouldn't you want to be better?
There's this thing that the military people often say to me, and that's trust but verify. You want to see if people are saying the right things. They want to see improvement, but verify by watching. Time will tell oftentimes. Now you have to give people a chance to improve, but at the same time you want to watch. Sometimes people in relationships will ask me, is the person I'm with going to change? And I have to look at them and say, well, based on the evidence that you've laid out, which is all I've got, what part of that might lead you to think that they're going to change? You can kind of stack things if you give enough time and combine time with the behaviors that are being shown to see what's going on.
And there's also a way to show this kind of tough love that I call, or this kind of confronting a certain behavior that you know they're capable of doing better with, in a way that still shows them grace. You can do this by encouraging them and by telling them who they are. It's possible that no one's ever told them that they were capable of more and believed it. So believing in that person, I mean, that can cause hope right there.
Dale Carnegie, in one of his books, referenced giving a dog a good name. So his theory was, if you named your dog Stinky, my stinky dog's crying in this video, then they'll always be a Stinky. But if you name your dog Courage, then they're likely to live up to the name Courage. Now, which one's true? Well, probably both at some point or another is true. We hope for and we believe in people, and that sometimes helps them to want to be more and want to change. At the same time, forgiveness does not mean that you put yourself back in a situation to get hurt. You watch what they're doing, and then if they're making actions that line up with what they're saying, then you can say, okay, this might be going somewhere. But time is what causes change overall. Watch and see.
Our minds have a lot more power than we tend to give it credit for. And so sometimes just by changing your thinking into giving yourself a good name and focusing on those things, it can change a lot about your situation, and it can change a lot about the way that you interact and think of yourself and what you do.
We're gonna keep this video, but the camera's usually over here, and this time it's over there, so I look all shifty-eyed. If you need help dealing with those things, balancing that line, give us a call, because that is not something that we naturally do. That's not something that we're inclined towards. In fact, it takes practice to unlearn things. It also takes some time getting a little metaphorical care or triage to go through recovering from those injuries that happen whenever we either did pay attention to the signs and we never gave anybody a chance to be different, or we didn't pay attention to the signs and we sure got hit by the same thing over and over again. Destini's a counselor. I'm a counselor. Give us a call.